Hi, this is Anita Hales, and I have kind of a fun thing today that I wanted to talk about. I found this website. It's called Personality Perfect, and you can sure check it out. And they actually have you can take their free personality test to see what your particular personality style is. And it's just kind of fun to do that for yourself. But the reason that you might want to pay attention to this is if you are in business, you need to realize that you can't talk to everybody the same way, that there are specific personality types. And if you talk to one personality type as you would perhaps your own personality type, you're not going to connect with them. And so knowing other people's personalities is kind of an interesting thing to start to explore. It's a very complex science, and you could spend months and months and years talking about this and learning about it. But just to go through this, I'm going to go through these here and just talk about them briefly. The inspector personality type is called ISTJ. And it says they're intimidating, appear serious and formal and proper, but they love traditions, old school values that uphold patience, hard work, honor, and social and cultural responsibility. They are reserved, calm, quiet, and upright. And these traits are the result of a combination of I, S, T, and J, a personality type that is often misunderstood. And if you click continue, it gives you a little more about that. I'm not going to go into that right now. I just want to kind of go through these lightly. And then another personality type, the counselor, INFJ, and they are visionaries, idealists who ooze creative imagination and brilliant ideas. They have different and usually more profound way of looking at the world. They have a substance and depth in the way they think, and they never take anything at surface level or accept things the way they are. Others may sometimes perceive them as weird or amusing because of their different outlook on life. And the next one would be the mastermind, INTJ. And they are introverts. I think my husband's one of these. But they're quiet, reserved, comfortable being alone. They are self-sufficient and would rather work alone than in a group. Socializing drains an introvert's energy, causing them to need to recharge. So they're kind of the wallflowers at a party. INTJs are interested in ideas and theories, and when observing the world, they are always questioning why things happen the way they do. And the next one is the ENFJ personality, and they are focused individuals. They are extroverted, idealistic, charismatic, outspoken, highly principled and ethical, and usually know how to connect with others no matter their background or personality, and they rely on their intuition and feelings and tend to live in their imagination rather than the real world instead of focusing and living in the now and what is currently happening. So ENFJs tend to concentrate on the abstract and what could possibly happen in the future. And the next one is the craftsman, the ISTP personality. And they're mysterious people who are rational, logical, but spontaneous and enthusiastic. That may seem kind of a oxymoron, but seems to work for ISTPs. Their personality traits are less easily recognizable than those of other types, and even people who know them well can't always anticipate their reactions. They are spontaneous, unpredictable individuals, but they hide those traits from the outside world, often very successfully. The provider, the ESFJ personality. They're stereotypical extrovert, social butterflies that need to interact with others and make people happy, and usually makes them end up being popular. ESFJ usually tends to be a cheerleader or sports hero in high school and college and later in life, and they continue to revel in the spotlight and are primarily focused on organizing social events for their families, friends, and communities. And the ESFJ is a common personality type, one that is liked by many people. And then the next one is the INFP. Like most introverts, they are quiet and reserved, and they prefer not to talk about themselves, especially in the first encounter with a new person. And they like spending time alone in quiet places where they can make sense of what's happening around them. They love analyzing symbols and consider themselves to be metaphors and have deeper meanings related to life. Probably a lot of poets are like these guys. They are lost in their imagination and daydreams and often drowned in the depth of their thoughts, fantasies, and ideas. So probably someone that is a book author would most likely be an INFP personality. And the performer is an ESFP personality. They're extroverted, observant, feeling, perceiving personality and are commonly seen as entertainers, born to be in front of others to capture the stage. They love the spotlight. They're thoughtful explorers who love learning and sharing what they learn. They are people with strong interpersonal skills. They are lively and fun and enjoy being the center of attention, warm, generous, friendly, sympathetic, and concerned for other people's well-being. And the champion is the ENFP personality. There's actually a lot of people in this category. ENFPs have extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving personality. The personality type is highly individualistic, and champions strive toward creating their own methods, looks, actions, habits, and ideas. They do not like cookie-cutter people and hate it when they are forced to live inside a box. They like to be around other people and have a strong intuitive nature when it comes to themselves and others. They operate from their feelings most of the time, and they are highly perceptive and thoughtful. And that's me. I'm an ENFP personality. And the doer, the ESTP, they're extroverted, sensing, thinking, perceptive personalities, and they're governed by the need for social interaction, feelings and emotions, logical processes, and reasoning, along with a need for freedom. Theory and abstracts don't keep ESTPs interested for long. They leap before they look, fixing their mistakes as they go, rather than sitting idly or preparing contingency plans. And ESTJ personality, they're honest, organized, dedicated, dignified, traditional, and great believers in doing what they believe is right and socially acceptable. Their paths toward good and right are difficult, and they are glad to take their place as leaders of the pack, and they are the epitome of good citizenry. And then there's the ENTJ, and their primary mode of living focuses on external aspects, and all things are dealt with rationally and logically. Their secondary motive of operation is internal, where intuition, reasoning take effect. ENTJs are natural-born leaders among the 16 personality types and like being in charge. They live in a world of possibilities, and they often see challenges and obstacles as great opportunities to push themselves. They seem to have a natural gift for leadership, making decisions and considering options and ideas quickly yet carefully, and they are take-charge people who do not like to sit still. That's probably what President Trump is. Let's see, the thinker. They are known for their brilliant theories and unrelenting logic, which makes sense since they are arguably the most logical-minded of the personality types. They love patterns and have a keen eye for picking up on discrepancies and have a good ability to read people, making it a bad idea to lie to an INTP. People of this personality type aren't interested in practical day-to-day activities and maintenance, but when they find an environment where their creative genius and potential can be expressed, there's no limit to the time and energy INTPs will expend in developing an insightful and unbiased solution. I always think of Inspector Poirot, the investigator. Of course, he's mythical, but he would probably be in this category. And then, of course, there's the nurturer. They are philanthropists. They give back and give generously. The people and things they believe in will be upheld and supported with enthusiasm and unselfishness. They are kind and warm-hearted, and they value harmony and cooperation and are likely to be sensitive to other people's feelings. The people value ISFJ for their consideration and awareness and their ability to bring out the best in others. And then, of course, there's the ENTP. They are some of the rarest in the world, which is completely understandable. They are extroverts. They don't enjoy small talk and may not thrive in many social situations, especially those that involve people who are too different from the ENTPs. ENTPs are intelligent and knowledgeable and need to be constantly mentally stimulated. And they have the ability to discuss theories and facts in extensive detail. They are logical, rational, and objective in their approach to information and arguments. So I'd say maybe Einstein would be that. And then there's the composer type. They're introverts that don't seem to like introverts. It's because even if they have difficulties connecting to other people at first, they become warm, approachable, and friendly eventually. They are fun to be with and very spontaneous, which makes them perfect to tag along with whatever the activity, regardless if planned or unplanned. And ISFPs want to live their life to the fullest and embrace the present, so they make sure they are always out to explore new things and discover new experiences. It is in experience that they find wisdom, and they see more value in meeting new people than other introverts. And so these are the introvert types. But this is really a fun website. I hope you check this out. Personalityperfect.com, and take the test, find out which personality you are. They have this nice little chart over here on the side that you could download and print out just for reference, so that when you're talking to people, as you talk to them, you might kind of decide, and my dog's an extrovert, I think, but might have to decide what kind of personality type you're talking to, so you know how to talk to them. And of course, that's another science in itself, and would take a lot of research and practice to develop that particular skill. But there are books on it. But I hope you've had fun with this today. It's a really great thing. And be sure to check out the comments down below for some useful links, and subscribe to my channel so that you get more fun and informative topics to talk about. And this is Anita Hales, and I will talk to you later.